Good morning. I'm Paul Ricken, and I want to share some history with you today and tell you about a project we're kicking off this month that will hopefully involve many of you. It's called the Voices from the Journey Project. First, the backstory. BRFHS has been around since 1875. Imagine that, 142 years of history. Not all in this building, of course, but 142 graduating classes. This building you're in, that's been our high school home for 54 years. That's right, the doors opened in the fall of 1963. And that's not the only thing that happened in the fall of 1963. Here's something else. That was the first year this school district was fully integrated. From 1933 to 1963, the school district operated a school at the Indian Mission east of town called the Ho-Chungra School. It was one of many small rural schools in the county, many of which are still standing. For about 30 years then, the Ho-Chunk students attended the Ho-Chungra School through 8th grade, and then some opted to attend high school in Black River. In the spring of 1962, however, the Ho-Chungra School closed, and Ho-Chunk students began riding those yellow buses into town to attend school. Thus began a process that continues into the present period. Those first children from 1963, they're now 60 years old. What was it like for them to be plunged into this new environment? Furthermore, what was it like for the non-native students to have suddenly new classmates? Something to think about. That's the story we want to explore together. We have a shared history in this place, and it has not always been smooth, but we have always managed to move forward together. Those of us that teach history want to document that story. We want to hear from the kids, now adults, who experienced integration in those early years and beyond. And that's where this project comes in. The Voices from the Journey Project will explore that world. To do that, we have to talk to people, and we have to document what they tell us. To do that, we need your help. If you have family members who went to school here, we hope you will become involved. We'll train you on what you need to do. It will be a team effort. You will be hearing more about this in your history classes in the coming weeks. History always helps us understand who we were so we can better understand who we are and who we will become. We come into this building day after day and often forget that BRFHS is a unique place. Our story is complicated, as is the story of our community. What can we learn from it? If you're interested in being involved in this project, talk to me, Mr. Young Thunder, Mr. Berger, or Mr. Shepard. You know where to find us. Thanks for listening, and have a great day.
Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, Tigers.
Today is November 22nd, and it's a B-Day.
While we read off the announcements, we've got a job for you.
It's pretty easy.
Restart your computer, please.
Are you ready for some history?
54 years ago today, President John F. Kennedy was killed in Dallas, Texas by Lee Harvey Oswald.
This was one of those moments in history that changed it forever.
Kennedy was roughly 1,000 days into his presidency when his life was cut short at age 46.
People in our midst who are 60 or older most likely have a memory of this event. But for us, this is just something that we learn about in the history books.
It may be interesting for you to interview a grandparent about this event. See what they remember from the tragic day.
If you are at a family gathering over Thanksgiving break, consider talking with the elders about their lives when they were your age. You might learn a lot.
Every old person you meet is a walking history book, but you have to open that book.
Senators, you should not be in advising right now.
The Student Senate is in session this morning in the LMC.
You will hear reports from your senators next week concerning the meeting.
Now, we have some meeting announcements. First, FCCLA.
There is a FCCLA meeting in Miss Halverson's room today during Focus.
Be there.
And for FFA, there is one for you also.
If you haven't joined FFA yet and would still like to, you must sign up today, November 22nd.
Enrollment forms are on the FFA bulletin board outside the egg room.
FFA is a great leadership organization for students that have an agriculture class sometime during the school year.
Talk with Mr. Markart if you have any questions.
That's it. Remember to wish Isaiah Johnson, Caleb Durham, Autumn Hughes, Damian Lowe, Blake Telsman, and Hannah Howe a happy birthday this weekend.
And don't forget to check your email, check your grades, and check your attendance. Bye, Tigers!